This is Dustin Guinee, and you've arrived at Open Minds, Open Hearts. And today we will be reflecting on session 6, which is reframing each moment with gratitude. There's a lot of really great ideas and science and practices around gratitude I want to share with you, including a guided meditation today. But first, in case you missed 2 weeks ago, we had a really great meditation on impermanence, which is not always the easiest thing. Impermanence, looking and embracing constant change in our lives. We certainly are experiencing that in the US and California, especially with fires and COVID and racial upheaval, political upheaval. There is just so much going on, and this reflection on impermanence and really not fighting the changes, but going with the flow and embracing the changes. If you missed that session, it's on YouTube. Definitely go to my YouTube page, search for my name, Dustin Guinee, and check out session 5 on impermanence. Our next session, session 7, will be in 2 weeks on Wednesday, September 2nd. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be before the Labor Day weekend, so it gets you set to go into that 3-day weekend with the right mind frame. As always, these are free sessions, but if you care to donate, my Venmo and PayPal links are in my emails if you're on my email thread, or on YouTube in the description in each video. So always appreciate that. And finally, if you have friends, family, coworkers that you think could use a little more meditation and mindfulness in their lives, I'm sure you can think of at least one. I think everybody could use more of this. So send them my way. Have them email me at dustin@openmindsopenhearts.org. I'd love to get them on the email list and get them, if they can't join the sessions, the first and third Wednesdays of each month, at the very least, like to get them on the list and send them my YouTube videos and stay in touch so they can develop their meditation practice. Cool. So with that, I would like to share a short presentation before we go into the guided meditation. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. And let's see. Great. So today we'll be discussing reframing each moment with gratitude. Gratitude is such a powerful energy. It's an emotion, it's a thought, it's a practice, it's an action. It's really kind of hard to explain. It's so much more than just, a good feeling. And so I thought, after our session on impermanence, we needed a little more pick-me-up, and so why not focus in on gratitude? But, while we often think of gratitude as counting our blessings and taking account for all the good things in our lives, all the positive things, which is a powerful practice in and of itself, I would like to expand your definition of gratitude as we reflect on this powerful practice today. Particularly when it comes to moments, people, or experiences that maybe aren't pleasant or happy. Can we actually find gratitude for those challenging moments or for those tests? So as we kind of go through this, I'd like you to kind of think about that. And I'll give you a personal example of how I've been reflecting on finding gratitude in unusual places. So earlier today, as in 3 a.m. today, my daughter woke up in the middle of the night and she was hungry and needed to go to the bathroom, which she actually does quite regularly. So my sleep is never really where it should be. But last night I got her a banana, helped her to the bathroom, and luckily she went back to sleep promptly. I returned to my bed, and I usually fall asleep pretty quickly, but last night my brain would not turn off. And so I decided, well, shoot, I might as well get some reading done. So I pulled out a light read, a Buddhist philosophy book called the Satipattanas. Um, it's written by a really deep Buddhist philosopher with very abstract poetic verses that, while very wise, can also leave you falling asleep at times, especially when you're tired. So I thought, perfect, I will just pass out reading this very spiritual, poetic book. Well, my brain didn't turn off. And instead, it just started absorbing all these great lessons, probably much more effectively than how it normally works, because I have screaming kids in the background when I'm trying to read this, and I'm not comprehending much of it. So, but last night I was taking notes and referencing resources online, and my brain and mind and body and heart were just loving this. And after about an hour, I tried to go to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep. I started reading some more. And next thing I knew, it was 6 a.m. And after trying to go back to sleep for a third failed attempt, I decided, all right, I'm getting 3 hours of sleep today, and that's going to be my day. So let me just embrace that and try and find some gratitude in that. And, you know, it afforded me to wake up early, to do some meditation, some yoga. I was able to do a bike ride on my stationary bike, which I haven't done in forever. And I was able to join my daughter on her first day doing remote learning with her new school that she just started at. And to see the look of joy on her face as she looked at all these other faces of kids at the school, that was truly a beautiful moment. So long story short, I promise I won't pass out on you guys. I'm going to get you through this guided meditation today. I've had a few cups of coffee, so I think I can power through. But you know, it would be very easy for me to just kind of take this day and focus on how tired I am, focus on, you know, why did my daughter wake me up again? You know, it'd be very easy to focus on the negative parts of this story. But I think if we can reframe our stories with gratitude, we begin to see the glass as half full. We begin to see even less than ideal moments can have a silver lining, and we can start to see the half full part of that glass, even though the half empty part, it may not be pleasant, but you know, there's even learnings and teachings in those challenging moments as well. So I hope that comes across for you in your gratitude practice as well. Great. So with that, we'll do an open intention. We'll read some inspired writings. We'll talk about the mindfulness of gratitude and some science behind it. And then I will lead you in a gratitude meditation, which we will follow with some conversation about our practice. And Oprah, you know, she's the queen of gratitude. I love this quote: the more thankful I became, the more my bounty increased. That's because for sure, what you focus on expands. When you focus on the goodness in life, you create more of it. So I love that. It's the power of positive thinking and focusing on what you're grateful for. So you can't beat it. It's coming from Oprah. It's the truth. So let's go ahead and set an intention. And for folks that may be new to this, so intentions are based on our principles and values, as opposed to goals where we're measuring performance. We're really trying to embody a state of being when we set an intention. And as we reflect on intentions around our gratitude practice, um, some intentions could be to reflect on what I'm grateful for in my life. My intention is to see the cup of my life as half full rather than half empty. My intention is to find gratitude in difficult situations and people. So let's just go ahead and take a moment to reflect on your intention for today's session and beyond on gratitude, thankfulness, and how you would like to cultivate more gratitude in your life. And as an intention comes to mind, usually the first one that comes to mind is the most intuitive. So hold on to that as we continue through our journey today. Okay, so I'd like to share some inspired writings with you. So the first one is from Roy T. Bennett, and he says, be grateful for what you already have while you pursue your goals. If you aren't grateful for what you already have, what makes you think you would be happy with more, right? And so I really love that. You know, it's all about having gratitude for where you are and what you have. You know, especially in the West and in America, we tend to be on this pursuit of more, you know, more money, career, climbing the ladder, bigger house. But really, if we don't find happiness in this moment with the people, places, and things in our lives, more stuff just isn't going to make us happier, right? So, and that's where this gratitude practice can be so profound. Now, the Buddha, speaking of profound, the Buddha says, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Peace and happiness comes from the perspective of realizing things could be worse and being grateful they aren't. The alternative view that peace and happiness comes from the external perspective of having more and better things than at present, while important for growth, can be a never-ending source of disappointment. A balance of the two, grateful for what they have while striving for more, seems the best blended perspective. And I really love this one because it was the first time I ever heard the Buddha talking about striving for more. Because it seems like usually, you know, when you hear quotes from the Buddha, it's about, you know, accepting what is, accepting impermanence, accepting these very heavy themes. And in this, he's saying, well, striving for more and striving for a better tomorrow is not a bad thing. That's okay. It's perfectly fine to want to improve your current situation. But what he is saying is that you have to be grateful for what you have in this moment. And if you're looking to external sources for that happiness, for that fulfillment, you're not going to get it. So ultimately, that peace that we're seeking is going to come from within. And it's not going to be about how many things we have acquired. It's going to be more about how we're living our lives with intention and those beautiful moments that we share with loved ones and the service that we're providing to others. That's really going to be what drives our inner peace. And so we can still be driven, but ultimately still at peace with where we're at now. And finally, Ralph Waldo Emerson says, cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. And I really love that as well, because, you know, what Emerson has done here is, you know, all things have contributed to your advancement. So really, why would you not practice gratitude for all the things in your life? It's hard to do, you know, especially when a situation is challenging or a person is challenging. It's hard to find that silver lining or something to be grateful or thankful for. But when we do, it's truly a life-changing practice to reframe those difficulties as moments of learning and gratitude can truly transform your life. And so I hope as we continue reflecting on this, you'll continue this practice in your own personal life as well. So let's talk a little bit about some mindfulness, and then we'll get into that guided meditation. So, you know, I always like to talk about some science, and gratitude is good for your health. When we talked about body scan meditations in session 2, I kind of touched on some of this science in case you guys ever want to go back to some of those older sessions. But there is a lot of science on the health benefits of gratitude. It can help you make friends. So one study found that thanking a new acquaintance makes them more likely to seek a more lasting relationship with you. It just makes people feel good when you're thanking them and you're showing them gratitude. Right? It makes people want to reciprocate that same thankful spirit. Gratitude can improve your physical health. So people who exhibit gratitude report fewer aches and pains. They have a general feeling of health. They tend to exercise more, and also improve sleep, and a whole variety of other health benefits when you practice gratitude. And then, of course, there's the mental health, the psychological health. Grateful people enjoy higher well-being and happiness, and suffer from reduced symptoms of depression. So it's actually been found to reduce those symptoms of depression and anxiety, stress, as we are all facing these forces and these pulls on us. So this practice of gratitude can start to kind of be our force field as we navigate these trying times. And then finally, gratitude can enhance empathy and reduce aggression. So grateful people are less likely to seek revenge against others and more likely to live with sensitivity and empathy for others. And I think we can all agree that we could all use a little more empathy in the world right now. So let's start with ourselves and start to share that empathy practice with others with this work of gratitude. And I wanted to share this fun little video on the science of gratitude with you guys. So,
research shows that adopting an attitude of gratitude, simply expressing appreciation and being more thankful, can measurably improve your overall well-being. For example, studies prove that gratitude can increase happiness, reduce depression, and strengthen resiliency. Grateful people often experience reduced blood pressure, less chronic pain, increased energy, even longer lives. People who purposefully express more gratitude report higher self-esteem than those who don't, and they're more likely to help others, a pro-social behavior also linked to greater happiness. People who capture grateful thoughts before bed sleep better than those who don't. Why so many positive changes? Because gratitude actually rewires our brains, kickstarting the production of dopamine and serotonin. Like antidepressants, these feel-good neurotransmitters activate the bliss center of the brain, creating feelings of happiness and contentment. This appears to be self-perpetuating. Research suggests that with regular practice, you'll train your prefrontal cortex to better appreciate and retain positive experiences and thoughts, and to deflect the negative ones. Here are a few simple ways to deliberately cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Celebrate minor accomplishments. Think about what you have rather than dwelling on what you don't. Tell the people in your life something you appreciate about them. Tell yourself too. Volunteer, hold a door for a stranger, or simply smile more, and you'll probably feel better, as kindness and giving are connected to gratitude. Similar positive brain changes can occur from regular meditation and mindfulness. Keep a daily gratitude journal using an old-fashioned notebook or a high-tech app. The science is clear. Give gratitude a go. You'll be thankful you did.
I hope you at least captured some of that, you know, the science of gratitude. Gratitude can actually change your brain, increasing dopamine and serotonin and kind of those feel-good hormones. So very powerful practice with gratitude. So yeah, I'll send you guys the link that you can check out later, since kind of having an internet issue. But before we do the guided meditation, I did want to share just a few ideas on gratitude exercises outside of meditation and mindfulness. So you guys are probably pretty familiar with gratitude journals. That's probably the most popular way to practice gratitude. And that can be done daily or weekly, and just writing down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. And you know, you can do it in the morning or in the evening. You know, if you do it in the evening, it's kind of a great way to end your day. And it also helps facilitate greater sleep as well. So, and you know, if daily is too much, see if you could just do it weekly, you know, like every Sunday, maybe at the end of your week. But really the idea is just to try and get in some kind of routine of reflecting on what you're grateful for, either in your day or your week. And also there's these things called gratitude jars that I just recently found out about. I actually created one of these with my daughter, and this is turning out to be kind of a fun little exercise that I'm doing with her, where, you know, each day I have her write down something she's grateful for, and it helps her practice her writing, and also starts to teach her about gratitude. But you know, as an adult, you can do this too. Basically, just write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, put it in the jar, and then, you know, if you're ever having a down day, you can open up this jar and pull out all those things in your life, all those people and experiences that you're grateful for. There's gratitude rocks, where basically it's like just a special rock. Doesn't even need to be anything fancy, something you found somewhere. It could be a piece of jewelry or something you put on your desk, but basically the rock is a trigger and a reminder to practice gratitude. So every time you touch the rock or see the rock, just quickly reflect on one thing that you're grateful for, kind of throughout your day. And so really it's just a vehicle to remind yourself to practice gratitude. And then the last one is a gratitude tree. And this is also a really great activity for kids or the young at heart, where you basically take a tree branch and write down a bunch of things that you're grateful for on paper leaves. And then you hang the paper leaves from the tree branch and kind of put it somewhere in your home to remind yourself of all the things you're grateful for. So those are just a few other ideas outside of meditation. So with that, I would like to now lead you guys in a meditation. So let me just cue up a little music here. And hopefully we won't have more internet issues. But if we do, bear with me. So let's go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seat. And I'm gonna get started here. All right, so let's go ahead. So yeah, find a nice, comfortable seat. easy chair. If you're sitting in a chair, feet firmly planted on the ground, preferably straight back. If you're sitting on the ground, you have back support, that's ideal. I want you to be nice and comfortable for about 20 minutes of meditation. So let's begin. So let's go ahead and start with 3 deep breaths. So deep breath in through the nose, filling up the diaphragm, and release. Releasing through the mouth, letting that belly just decompress all the way out. And a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the diaphragm, and release. Letting that air out through the mouth, the diaphragm decompressing back to the spine. And one more deep breath in through the nose and release. So today we're going to do a meditation on gratitude, and we're going to start in our bodies and reflecting on what we're grateful for in our bodies. It could be our legs that allow us to get to and from places, or our arms that allow us to hug a loved one. And as we do this gratitude meditation, I would like you out loud or in your mind to use the words, I am grateful for. I am grateful for my feet. I am grateful for my hands. Because when we use these words, I am, we begin to embody the thing that we are pulling into our presence. In this case, gratitude. So when we say, I am grateful, we begin to embody gratitude in body, mind, and heart. And also, please remember, there's no judgment here for yourself or for others. This is truly a practice of non-judgmental awareness and compassion. So, let us bring our grateful energy to our bodies. I am grateful for either an external body part or an internal organ. Maybe listen to your body. Is there certain parts of your body that are speaking to you? Certain parts of your body that bring you strength or joy? Maybe there's some challenging parts of your body that you want to show a little gratitude to for all the work that they're doing and the growth that they're in the process of. Just take this time to reflect on the gratitude for different parts of your body. I am grateful. And now let us turn our attention to our mind. It is where thoughts, imagination, memory, all these wonderful abilities are born in our mind. And let us reflect on our gratitude for our mind. Maybe you're grateful for your memory that allows you to think about loved ones and moments of of the past. Or maybe you're grateful for your imagination and your creative thinking that leads you down so many exciting journeys in your life. Whatever aspect of the mind is coming up for you, show some gratitude to that part of the mind with the words, I am grateful for. I am grateful. And now we bring our attention to our hearts, the place of feelings and emotions, in deeper virtues of love and kindness, courage, compassion. So many wonderful, inspiring, strengthening attributes come from the heart. And as you bring your gratitude practice to the heart, to the soul, what are you grateful for? It could be the loving kindness that you've shown to a friend or loved one recently. It may be a feeling of gratitude or thankfulness that you're experiencing. It's allowing you to see the world in a new light. What are you grateful for with your heart and your emotional center? Maybe there's some challenges that are opening up your heart in new ways to be more empathetic and more compassionate to yourself and others. I am grateful. And now let us bring our attention to that of different people in our lives. And let us think about a loved one. Yeah, it could be a partner or a parent, a sibling or a child, but somebody that is very near and dear to our hearts. And let us bring this person to our awareness and bring this overflowing sense of gratitude and thankfulness to have this person in our lives. You know, they may not be perfect. Nobody ever is. But this person exhibits a true unconditional love for you that is really something that fills up your heart. And even when they test you, maybe there's some silver lining and some gratitude in those moments too. Real love has its ups and downs, and I'm sure you can find some thankfulness for the ups and the downs. I am grateful. Now let us turn our attention to that of a neutral person. This neutral person may be a male man, male woman, a store clerk, a neighbor that we see here and there, somebody that you just don't have strong emotions about either way. But we would like to bring them to our awareness, and we would like to send them some loving gratitude at this time. You know, maybe they bagged your groceries or just offered us a friendly smile as they passed by. Let us reflect on our gratitude for this person in our lives, even if it was for but a moment. I am grateful. And now, let us bring our awareness to a difficult person. This could be a challenging person in our lives, at our work. This could be a difficult person in the public or politics. And as we reflect on this person, always remember that if you ever feel a bit overwhelmed or are having a hard time being grateful for this person, you can always come back to your breath as a way to recenter. But I'm sure out of the many negative attributes that this person may have, that there's got to be one positive attribute. There's got to be something that this person does where you can show a little gratitude for. And, maybe even if it is something that's not the most savory attribute, is there gratitude that you can find in that emotion? Perhaps the fearfulness of this difficult person is really coming from a place of purity and a place of protection for themselves and others. Or perhaps their anger and rage is coming from a place of seeking justice in the world. Perhaps they're difficult, but it's coming from a good place. Perhaps it's hard to find gratitude for them specifically, but they are pushing you in new directions and allowing you to grow. And you can find gratitude in that. I am grateful. And now let us bring our attention to a challenging situation that we may find a silver lining of gratitude for. It could be the COVID-19 pandemic that we're all experiencing, and perhaps there are some lessons and experiences that you're having that you are grateful for. It could be related to other matters in the world, other challenges, or maybe some very personal challenges that only you know about that you're experiencing. And maybe you're having a hard time finding any gratitude for those experiences. But is there one thing that you can think of? Is there one moment or teaching and learning that you can find gratitude for in that difficult experience? Is there an opportunity to reframe this bad moment into a learning moment? I am grateful. And finally, is there an action or a service that you have been providing to others, or maybe you are learning how to provide this service? But is there something in your life where you're finding gratitude and joy in providing this act and service for others? Can you think of a skill or an attribute that you have to give to the world that's filling your cup and giving you thanks that you have this ability to share this talent with others. You know, as we reflect upon our gratitude practice, we tend to start with a list of things that we're happy about, things that we feel immediately grateful for, that fill us up with joy. And those are all wonderful things. But as we continue to mature our gratitude practice, we begin to find that it's often not the accounting for the things that we have, but rather what we have to give to others that truly fills us with the greatest sense of joy, rapture, and gratitude. So I hope our practice today that you'll continue to reflect upon all of these things in your life that you're grateful for. And as we close this meditation, I'd like to share with you a poem that I wrote called The Gravity of Gratitude. The gravity of gratitude can move planets of perception, egoic beliefs and attitudes, dissolving deceptions. To see the glass as half full is a liberating view. To let go of control and embrace what is true. To practice thankfulness without expecting it in return is to be filled with gratefulness while blinding veils burn. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for your breath. Be grateful for your strife, for we're strengthened by our tests. Every moment is an opportunity to be mindful of what is right. In darkness, there is unity to see truth under the light. Thankful for the yin, thankful for the yang, thankful to begin, only to end and begin again. Every instance is an insight, a lesson to be learned, revolving around sunlight as the world turns. The force that keeps us centered and grounded to the earth, each blessing is entered and accounted for with worth. To see the glass as half full, in every moment remembering, masses magnetically pull to attract cosmic energy. Truth speaks to me in the still, with its power and magnitude. I submit my will to the gravity of gratitude. Namaste.